Hi, Professor Olmsted here with the second part of our audio tutorial on Audacity. Okay, so here we have the waveform that's been imported into Audacity. Now, in this minute-long piece of audio, there are like 5 different interviews. You can find a transcript on the fact sheet for the oil spill that I've handed out in class and also is on Blackboard. Okay, so what I'm going to do is listen to all of this first. Now, because I've listened to this many times, I'm familiar with these different interviews, so I know exactly where to go. You should listen to every piece of audio so that you're familiar with how it sounds. I know that I'm going to take this first interview, so first off, I want to make sure that I'm using the selector tool. I go back to the beginning and I hit the space bar.
Well, this morning I was bringing out some letters to leave in the mailbox to be picked up, and I was aware of this really overwhelming odor of heavy oil.
I didn't expect that much of it.
Okay, the second person starts around 10 seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a loose edit. So I'm going to go beyond that point where he begins, and then with the mouse, and then I'm just going to highlight that entire section. All right? Then I go to Edit and Copy. Now I'm going to put this on another audio track, but I have to get that audio track by going to Tracks, Add New, Audio Track. And I'm simply going to click on that line and go to Edit and paste it in there. And that is my first audio clip loosely edited. All right, so now I'm going to go to the end of the audio and I'm going to find where the last guy speaks. So let's listen to that.
Preferably, we'd like you to keep your doors closed. We have residue on all the banks, and we have some saturation of the ground, so you're going to get vapor production.
All right, so what part do I want? Do I want this entire thing?
Preferably, we'd like you to keep your...
I think so. So right here...
In your home, preferably, we'd like you to keep your doors closed. We have residue on all the...
All right, so I'm going to take...
Away from it, stay in your home.
Give him much time to work with him to save him.
Stay.
All right, so right here is where one guy ends and the other begins. So I'm going to just highlight that entire section. Oops, let me do that again. Highlight that entire section. And I'm going to go to Edit, Copy, and I'm going to paste it down here like that. All right. Now, if I need to move this bar over like that in order to see it, that's what I should do, this little thing down here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute this. It'll be grayed out so that I can refine the editing on this section right here. The beginning of it's going to be pretty good because it's the beginning of the bite.
Well, this morning I was bringing out some letters to leave in the mailbox.
So what I'm really going to worry about is towards the end of this.
Oil.
I didn't expect...
So right around here where you see that break is where the two people are leaving off. So I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to go to the zoom tool and go 1, 2, 3. Go back to the selector tool and listen and watch the waveforms.
Well, I didn't expect that. Well, I didn't expect...
Listen to this again.
I didn't expect that much of...
Is it right here?
I didn't expect that.
Aha! So what you're seeing is both a waveform difference. You see how this looks different from here?
I didn't expect that.
So right here is where I'm going to put the selector tool. I'm going to highlight this and then hit delete. I'm going to go back to the selector tool and listen.
Oil.
Perfect. Now let's make that look a little bit more normal. So we're going to go to the zoom out tool and just listen to the tail end of that again.
And I was aware of this really overwhelming odor of heavy oil.
All right, there we go. Now let's clean up this.
To save him.
Stay away from...
Okay, so right here is where we want to highlight. We want to use the zoom tool. Now let's hit the selector tool.
To save him.
Stay.
So right around here.
Stay away from it. Stay in your home. Stay away.
Excuse me. Let's highlight this. Hit delete.
Stay away from it. Stay in your home. Preferably, we'd like you to keep your doors closed. We have
Let's go to the end of this.
the ground, so you're going to get vapor production.
All right, and we're just going to clean up the very end of that. And we're going to make it look normal again. So now what we have is loosely edited, both sound bites. Let's just double check them.
Stay away from it. Stay in your home. Preferably, we'd like you to keep your doors closed. We have residue on all the banks, and we have some saturation of the ground, so you're going to get vapor production.
All right, so that'll do it for this tutorial, and we will do mixing sound in the next tutorial.